Thanks everybody for taking your day out. Take some time out of your day. What we're going to do now is install SQL Server 2014. So let's get started. First things first, since I've already put the ISO file in my virtual machine, I'm going to click on my computer. Then this is the ISO file. And I downloaded this from the internet. I got a free trial version, 180 days, roughly, from Microsoft.com. So if you wanted to get it yourself, this is how you'd obtain it. The only other consideration we had, this is a 2012 server. The only other thing I had to do was turn on the .NET 3.5. So I'll show you how to do that. This is your server manager console in 2012. You click on add roles and features, next, role based, next, select server. This is the server we're going to go after, next, and then you see this one here. That one is .NET 3.5 framework. This one is for 2012. It's .NET 4.5. To install SQL 2014, you need to click this on, right? And that's the only consideration I did when installing this. From this screen, since we're installing SQL 2012, you have a couple of different things. Let's go to the bottom of the top. You have options. You know where you're going to install it. 64-bit. You're going to click on advanced. A couple different advanced features. Resources. This is like books online. Tools. Some of the configuration checkers. The reporting. The toolkit. Maintenance. Repair. Remove SQL installation. That's what we're going after here. And then finally planning. So we're going to click on installation. Then we're going to click on a new SQL Server standalone installation or add a feature. We're going to just install for the first time on this server. Okay, so you see that it's a evaluation version. Express, we're just going to do evaluation. If you had a license key, you'd put it in here at this time. But since we are using evaluation, we're going to do evaluation. Accept terms and license. And since this is a development environment, I'm not going to turn on the customer experience. I'll leave that off. I don't have the internet plugged into this one, so this won't even work if I turn it on. Next. And so it's going through its setup, initial phases, initial different things like this. So don't worry about this not giving you a warning. The firewall and the .NET application security, usually that's normal a lot of times. We'll click on next, and we're not gonna click on all features. I was before going to do that, but I said, well, let's just change it up. So we're going to do the SQL Server features installation only. So when installing SQL Server, you want to usually you want to put it on your D drive. So there's might be competition for your C drive. So you have like Windows patches, you have a page assist file on your C drive. You don't want to compete for space on the C drive with other programs like this, because SQL Server can grow very large. So you want to put it on a D drive typically when you're doing production environment. For this is a development environment, so we're just going to leave it as is. We're going to select all the installation, everything. We're going to install everything here. You got your, and if you want to take the time to click on these yourself when you go through it, it's going to tell you what it does. I won't waste your time by reading these to you. And push next. This right here, you can name it whatever you want it to name. So we're going to put this, we're going to name this like dev SQL, and push next, because it is in development environment what we're setting up here. And as we set up more instances with SQL, of course we're going to name it accordingly. Okay, for this right here, SQL Server Agent should always be turned on automatically. I don't know why it's on manual, but you want to leave it on. SQL Server Agent should be automatically all the time. Most of these, the SQL Server Agent is the most important one to click on, make it automatic. we're just going to make everything automatic. Basically when it starts up, it's going to automatically go on. And this one here, we're going to do automatically as well. Correlation, I'm going to leave that as is. You can change the different languages if you like, and push next. Let's go back to service accounts. Automatic, everything's automatic. Good to go. Next. This one here, I want to add the current user. Since I'm logged in as a domain admin, domain account, but it's also a domain admin, that's going to propagate to this. And you also, depending on who you talk to, I like to do mixed mode. Just gives you an option to log in case your server gets, in case your server loses trust to the domain. Sometimes this happens, so why why not? Always have a plan, and then push next on this. So we're going to do add current user, which is domain account. Push next. And we're going to install and configure. So let's push next there. It specifies user have permission to distributed replay control service. We're going to add our current user. Push next. And we're going to leave that blank, which is the control number. Controller name. And push next. Excellent. This is a summary of what you're going to be installing, where it's going to be installing to, your configuration path. This will be your log file. So sometimes you might see in the program files, indicates it's a 64-bit. You'd see 86 if it was 86 or 32-bit program files. Microsoft SQL Server, the instance, setup bootstrap, the log file, and then a configuration file. And push install. So it's going to take about, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. We're going to come back when it's done. Okay. As you can see, our database has been correctly installed, and everything is green. Success all around. And if you wanted to view like a summary log to see where it's, let's open it with Notepad, and that's just going to tell you start time, end time. This is probably what you want to check this usually after you're done, just to make sure everything worked. Action install server agent, SQL Server agent, where it installed, mesh tags, yeah, okay, all that. Okay, looks good, looks great, fantastic. Okay, our next bit of adventure is going to be to just install basic table, our basic database. We're going to create a database, we're going to put some data in it, and I'll show you that real quick. Okay, we're going to start by clicking on find the new installation we have. So SQL Server Manager Studio 2014. And once you're here, we're going to collect, you can either, if you want to log in as an SA, like a regular SA, SA system admin, let's say, /, type on SQL Server, and then you can type in your SA password. I say SA, meaning systems administrator. That's what they call it, SA password. Connect, and you're in. That's why I actually put two different passwords on this guy in mixed mode, so you can connect. Let's connect to it again. This time we'll use the domain credentials that I've connected to or utilized. This one logged in as like a systems admin. I'll show you where that's at. Security, logins, right there. A lot of times what they do is whenever when you set this up in a production environment, what they'll do is they'll go in, they'll add some other users, like some of the DBAs they'll add as a domain account or groups, like a groups account here. And then what they'll do is they'll come in here and they'll disable this password, or sorry, they'll disable this account. We're not going to do that. I'm just going to show you where I would do it. Property, click on properties, and you can Status, permissions, deny. Let's see. Oh, disable rather. Sorry. Permissions to connect to this database engine. Grant, but you can deny the login. It should turn it different color here. Let's try this again. Oh, yeah. Well, let's try it. So now if we disconnect that and we try to connect with it, dot slash, and that's SQL SA, and then let's try this again. Okay. Yep. Nope. Sorry. And you know that by coming here and oh, here it is right here. See this little red down arrow here? That's what that should look like. And I don't want to do that, so I'm going to go back in and enable it. Yep. All is well. F5 to refresh. F5. Where's my F5? Here's my F5. There we go. See, it went away. So the first thing I'm going to do in this is create a database. What we're not going to do is we're going to show you the two different ways. We're going to first right click on databases, new database, and you can name it whatever, test, okay, or tests, should say. Yeah. And the other way is doing it by the query or a select statement. I'm going to type in create. I think it's all one. I think it's lowercase. Create database, and we're going to name this dev. What did I name my SQL Server instance? I think I named it. Let's call it. Let's call it. Oh, dev SQL. That's what I call it. Dev SQL, and capture this and push execute. And oh, good times. Now, just refresh this databases, and now you see it's right there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create some tables for this database, dev SQL. We're going to call it, we're going to just do like certification database, let's say. We're going to call it table, create table, certifications, okay. And let's do this. And execute. Certifications. Oh, okay. Let's try this. Let's see. And let's do that. Oh yeah, I had to put some data in. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go position. Actually, let's do this. We'll go name, ID, var variable character. We'll put that at, let's say, 30. We'll go, let's see, name ID. We'll name it. Then we'll go company or vendor. Yeah, vendor. Okay, variable character. Okay, we'll go 30 on that. We'll go cost. So how much is the cost for the certification? And we'll go 30 characters on that. So that's that, and then we'll go followed off by that, then colon, and finally let's do this. Oh, okay. So I have to do this. I've changed it up. So we'll go ID, integer, comma, and then we'll go name and variable character, comma. That's what I missed. Comma, 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 chameleon. And let's do that now. There we go. So if we're going to do view all that, so we'll go select star, which is anything from certifications. Yeah, if you type in certifications, you'll be able to see the table right there. Yeah, and then execute that. Then you see right there. So if we wanted to edit this table, So if you wanted to edit the table, right, and you want to put data in here, there's other ways to do it. You can do a website. That's probably in a later video, but let's just do this. We'll go to the database itself, under tables, and then find the table named certifications. So we'll go edit top 200 rows, and you can leave this, go 1, and you push enter and it tabs it over. We'll go name, we'll go CCNA, and we'll go vendor, Cisco, cost, I think it's like 250, I think. I don't know what it is now. And number 2, CCNP, Cisco, okay. And I think if you want to take all 4, oh, sorry, Cisco. If you want to take all 4, it's like $600, I think, something like that. And then finally the CCIE, yeah, if I can spell it here, CCIE, and that one is Cisco, of course. And that cost is, let's see, the lab is like $1,500, and the written is another $315, so it's like $18-15, something like that. So there you have it. There's your table. You have to make sure that you push enter. So if you put like data in, whatever data, what is it? Juniper, JN, CI, CIE, yeah. And you just push tab, the little red thing. Well, yeah, sometimes I guess it does. Remember, that was my old other table. Anyway, okay, so now you want to view this data here. So you go back to you want to query that data, let's say, right? So you go, let's see, we'll close this first of all. Now, select star from certificates in that table, and then you have your data right there. So that's basic adding tables, creating a database. Let's go with backing up the database. So let's say you want to back up the database. You click on, right click on it, you go to tasks, then you go backup. But before you do that, you click on properties. You go to options, and then you click cover your module, change it from full to simple, and then back it up. Tasks, backup, put it wherever, C programs. Let's put it in C drive. Let's just put it in the C drive, and we'll name it here. We'll go dev SQL .bak, yeah, we'll call it that, yeah, and then we'll click OK. Doesn't like the location. Okay. Oh, let's remove this guy and let's push OK. Still doesn't like the location. All right. Well, let's leave it the default then. Okay. Back it up. Back up the disk. Okay. And we're going to back it up to this folder and click OK. Okay, so you see that's been executed 100%. And if we wanted to view, you just go to this, where it's located, no? C drive, program files, SQL Server, I'm sorry, Microsoft SQL Server, and then what? MySQL backup. Yes, of course. There we go. There's my what I've just backed up. And now let's restore. Let's restore using that same database. Okay, so let's just tasks, and let's close that guy there. We're going to delete it. Just remove that database. Yeah. Delete. Yep. Close existing connections. I'll leave it open. Push OK. It's no longer there. So now we want to restore a database. Click on, click and right click, and you restore database. So where is your database at? Device. I'm trying to find that file. Okay, and click on Dev SQL database. Okay, okay, and correctly restored. Now we see it's back in order. All is good. Go to tables, view. We do select top 1,000 rows, and all of our data is back. So what we've done here is we've essentially restored, deleted, backed up the database and deleted the database, and then restored the database. Let's go back to properties on it, click options, and change it back to full. Okay, so this concludes this short tutorial on how to install SQL 2014. Do some basic things. Create a database, create a table in the database, and put some data in the database. I hope you liked this video.